Hey, good day. Welcome to another episode of Rob Report. I'm your host, Robert Bob TV Brown. How you doing today? And today we're going to talk about WWE Politicians. See, on TV, it's a fight. In front of the public, it's a fight. But off camera, they break kayfabe. Now, you're probably saying, what is kayfabe? Well, if you don't know, you don't watch wrestling, then you're on another planet, number one. You're not even American, man. You're not even part of this world. You know, kayfabe is when you never break out of character. Never, ever break out of character. You stay in your character. Uh, and that's what we're going to talk about a little bit today, not breaking character. One of the things I like about AEW, fast growing star Maxwell Jacob Freeman, MJF, is what they call him, is he never ever breaks out of character. He's a smug elitist. Supposed to come from the upper echelon. Long Island life. Burberry scarf. He never breaks character. What he does is, even when he's at an event where he's signing autographs, probably some kids come up to him and they say, "Jacob, we love you," he's going to act like a jerk toward those little kids. He very rarely breaks out of character. Why do you say that? What does that have to do with politics? Well, these people do not break out of character on TV. They're going to seem like they're fighting for you, both on the left and the right, seem like they're fighting for the soul of America, the fabric of America, the American people. And they're going to speak on our behalf when you really can't speak for me, dog. Can't. Only I can speak for me. And they always talk about the American people don't want this and American people want this. And neither one of them have a clue what the American people want, because they never take time to get down to the grassroots and talk to the American people. On TV, they are after each other. They call Trump trash. They call Trump all kind of names, but they pass the majority of the bills that he tried to push. They fast track all the judges on behalf. Mr. Chuck Schumer did that. Nancy Pelosi doing whatever she can to sign off on his military budget and whatever. They act like they're against the kids in cages, but they ain't have no problem with Obama. But they all of a sudden they got a problem with Trump. When they really don't have a problem, they just making it look like they have a problem. They don't have no problem. Man, I remember one time, man, these two guys was going after it. Iron Sheik and Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Oh, Mr. Jim Duggan, I'm gonna break your back. I'm gonna put you in the camel clutch, and I'm gonna break your back. Well, he didn't say that, but he said he gonna blink him in the blank. I'm gonna blink you in the blank. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, I am number one. I am the Iron Sheik. I'm the number one. I'm gonna break your back. I'm gonna put you in the camel clutch and make you. These guys run into each other at the airport, decides to drive into Madison Square Garden, gets stopped by the police. Police search the car, and there was cocaine in the car. And they blame each other for that incident. It's Jim Duggan's fault. It's Iron Sheik's fault. That's what they do. That's what politicians do to us. On TV, they can't stand each other, but behind closed doors, they're the best of friends. They're the best of friends. These two guys, Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes, one of the most heated battles in in wrestling history. Legendary fights in Florida at the Bayfront Center. My dad take me to Bayfront Center, and we see Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes go at it. They couldn't stand each other. So after the event is over with, we goes to Shoney's Diner, big boys, get some breakfast. Guess who pops up in Shoney's? Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair. Laughing, patting each other on the back, laughing, getting some pancakes. I was shocked and appalled. Dad, these guys hate each other. No, that's TV. Don't tell me that's TV. That's how they hate. They supposed to hate each other. No, They broke kayfabe. Bro, what this got to do with politics? It got a lot to do with politics. I'll show you that in a hot moment. Recently, Lindsey Graham decided to go all out Trumpism and kissing Trump behind, trying to continue to kiss Trump base instead of doing the right thing, saying we need to give Trump his opportunity to go through his court cases or whatnot. See, I'm the type of person to say, if it's really, really that freaking close, you got a right to ask for a recount. But just making up stuff, talking about, oh, they cheated here and they cheated there and they pulled this out of their behind. I don't know where they came from. All of a sudden I went to bed and all of a sudden when I wake up, it was this and that, all that bull crap. Lindsey Graham pushed that. Lindsey Graham still trying to show his loyalty to Donald Trump. Let's read something real quick. Let me pull this up. All right, we're going to start here. Lindsey Graham fist bumps Kamala Harris on the Senate floor. Now, let me go back to this video. You bust your butt getting these people in the office really believing that they're going to look out for you. Bust your butt. Knocking on doors, making phone calls, busting your butt to get these people in office, really thinking they're going to do something for you, really thinking that they're really in opposition to the people who are in opposition to me, when they really are on the same side of the people who are in opposition to you. Case in point, hate to tell you, people out here dancing on the streets for the Kamala Harris and Joe Biden ticket. We won, we won, we won. Trump is out. Great, celebrate. But what make you think their agenda is going to be 100? I don't care if they just do half the agenda of Trump. It's not as bad as Trump being horrible, and I get it. But the point of you wasting your time and energy is not to go back to normal, not go back to the very things that caused Trump to come into office. These people going back to the very same dirty, dirty pit full of crap that caused Trump to get elected. It's their dirty politics and their dirty ways and their self-seeking ways and self-serving ways and kissing up to the corporations, kissing up to Big Pharma, kissing up to the military complex, kissing up to all the lobbyists, and won't do anything for you. And that's the reason why people got frustrated with Trump. Joe Biden talking about doing the TPP. You know, I can go on and on. Same old, same old. They're going back to the Obama-Biden coalition. Now they're calling it the Biden-Harris coalition, which is the same pig with a lipstick on. The same pig is one thing of putting lipstick on a pig, but no, you got the same pig with the same lipstick. Friends, how many of us have them? Well, Kamala Harris has a lot of them, and look like one of them is good old fashioned Lindsey Graham. They say our enemy is the inner me. Your number one enemy probably is you. You not doing what you're supposed to do. This right here is the enemies of the American people. They always talk about the media is the enemy of the American people. No, politicians who get put into office by the American people, who expect them to do the will of the American people, when they get in there, they don't do none of that stuff. All they do is coddle their position and try to build up their power at your expense. Here she is smoozing up with this bigot racist. But I'm not surprised, because that's how you get your Calvin Candies and your Stephen relationships. Oh, you thought I was done. No, I'm not. Not done at all. Not done at all. Having a laugh. These people out here killing black people like flies. And these two people right here are pro-authoritarian police. Both of them, pro-authoritarian. Not pro-police, pro-authoritarian police. Neither one of them are for defunding of the police department. And folks, defunding the police department doesn't mean we're going to get rid of police. It just means some of the money coming from the government need to be allocated in a whole lot of other areas, because building up the police department as if they're the National Guard is stupid. She is. This man is going out there siding with Trump, trying to overturn this freaking election, and she up there, hammer, hee hee ha hee hee hee. Not done. This is the news of the day. Lindsey Graham went on all kind of media, talked about Donald Trump, and then he goes into the Senate floor. They welcome her in for a vote, and he fist bump her. Remember back in the day when Obama fist bumped his wife? They thought it was some kind of evil terrorist code. People lost their mind. Let's go. Oh God, I don't see how people just. I sometimes say, Lord bless this nation. Sometimes, Lord bless idiot brain. I mean, I'm not the smartest person. You know, I butcher up words. I misspell stuff up here, man. Sometimes the thumbnail's misspelled, and I go back and I'm like, oh snap, I misspelled that. You know, I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I do have wisdom, and wisdom trumps smartness any day. I'm seeing too many of my people don't have wisdom. Bad enough, most Americans don't walk in wisdom, let alone intellect. I don't claim to walk in intellect, but I do have a certain level of wisdom. Wish my people can come on up. Watch this. Listen to this. Now, let me bring this back up. YouTube is shadow banning me. None of my videos are getting monetized. Every time I turn around, they say it's not for, we got to shut it down. Out of that. Totally depend on the viewers through not super chat, through PayPal. Looking for, at least 10 people to donate $10 a month. Yeah, for more than 10. Just trying to get some support. I have to watch what I do up here because they want to strike me down and get me off. If you ever see my video strike down, you can go on. I'm about to go to Rockfin soon, working on Rockfin. And I'm definitely going to be sending all my videos to BitChute. So if you don't find my video up here, if it's taken down, you can go there. So what I got to do is put this thumbnail back up as I go through these interviews with Lindsey Graham with various organizations. Just bear with me while I do the doggone. All right, so this is Lindsey Graham talking about Trump, echoing Trump's stupid, ignorant claims of voter fraud.
Democracy depends upon fair elections. President Trump's team is going to have a chance to make a case regarding voting irregularities. They deserve a chance to make that case. I'm going to stand with President Trump. If a Democrat were doing this, it'd be cheered on. And we're not going to let the media intimidate us into exploring whether or not these contests were fairly had. What I believe is that when Stacey Abrams challenged the Georgia results, the liberal media in this country praised her for standing up for democracy, that when a Republican challenges a contest, we're accused of undercutting democracy.
Now, before I go any further on this one, Stacey Abrams had every right to really look into this case. Now, Stacey Abrams, her losing is her fault. Now, I said it, and I know you hate it. It's her freaking fault. Anytime you're running against the Secretary of State, the guy who actually has a team running the elections, and you not expect him to shut his position down, step down, you and your staff step down, because this is a conflict of interest. If you continue to pursue the Georgia gubernatorial seat, knowing that that man is in charge of elections, the man that you're trying to run against, and you don't call him to step down and don't shame him in the media, that ain't that fool's fault. That is your fault. Now, she had a right to challenge it because it was pretty close. She never said there was cheating. She's challenging it, Lindsey Graham, crackerhead. She's challenging it because it was too freaking close. Trump is challenging not because they're too close. Trump is coming up with all these baseless claims of voter fraud, people voting 10, 20, 30, 40 times, dead people voting. I saw a cat voting. I saw a cockroach signature on there. And, that guy don't supposed to be, how you going to take a cockroach vote? All kind of crap. But wait, Lindsey got more to say on this subject.
Good evening from New York. Happy Monday. I'm Chris Hayes. We have breaking news tonight.
Now, here's Lindsey Graham meeting with some press, because to come to find out that Lindsey Graham ended up encouraging the Georgia State Secretary, remember, the guy who's now governor of Georgia, used to be the Georgia Secretary of State, the person that's in charge of elections. They figured this playbook is going to happen again. That this guy cheated his way into that seat and robbed Stacey Abrams, which he did, but like I said, it's her fault. Robber's going to rob, crook's going to be crook, but you got to do whatever you can to stop this. And if you didn't stop it in the process, then that's your fault. You walking around in the middle of the Bronx, South Bronx, in the ghetto, in the projects, 2 o'clock in the morning, you got on all this jewelry. Bro, you was asking to get robbed. You had a big old neon sign saying, rob me. Right now, I ain't going to do jack. Just get it all. I ain't going to do nothing. Now, we got Secretary of State of Georgia, Republican, Graham, tries to allegedly tell him to find any reason to throw these ballots out. But he's being confronted. Again, I can't show the video. I mean, I believe I can, but I don't want to get hit. YouTube is losing their mind. But listen to what it says. It's not important to seeing them, it's hearing them.
Can you clarify this conversation you had with the Secretary of State in Georgia? Did you or did you not ask him to throw out votes?
No, that's ridiculous. I talked to him about how you verify signatures. Right now, a single person verifies signatures, and I suggested as you go forward, can you change it to make sure that a bipartisan team verifies signatures, and if there's a dispute, come up with an appeal process. So he called, his staff called Saturday, trying to hook me up with a media outlet so I could say something nice about him. I thought it was a nice conversation.
Why is a senator from South Carolina calling the Secretary of State in Georgia anyway?
Because the future of the country hangs in the balance.
Does it though? I mean, it seems like it's pretty well.
It really does. Why do Democrats want to change the law in the COVID bill to change the way we vote nationally? I'm really worried about mail-in balloting. I'm worried about how you verify a signature, and I think Georgia. I've talked to Doug Ducey in Arizona. I've talked to the people in Nevada. We've got contests all over the nation. If we're going to do more mail-in balloting, I want to know how we do it. Should there be some national standards? If you're going to have signature verification, does a machine do it? If a machine does it, how's it set up? If an individual does it, should it be bipartisan or should it be a solely discretionary decision? I am all over this. I am not backing off on asking questions about how to verify signatures with mail-in balloting, but I never suggested the Secretary of State to do anything inappropriate.
Now, should we trust Lindsey? Do you believe what he's saying is true? No, I don't trust none of y'all politicians. Y'all too smooth with your mouth. Too smooth. If you can find a way to get these things thrown out so Trump and the Republicans can maintain the overall control, you would do it. All right, here's him coming out. This is TMZ approached him. He was coming out of Congressional Hall. And this is, well, let's go to this point. Chris Hayes talked about Republicans doing whatever they can to overturn the election. Now, look, listen to me. Let me bring myself up. Let's have a real talk. There's rigging in every election, every major election. By the Lord. You got the crooks there in the electoral board doing crooked stuff, throwing people on the rolls, throwing people off the rolls, thousands. And yet these people don't even know they're off the rolls until they get there. And it's too late. You were supposed to get yourself back on a roll by a certain date, and now you disenfranchised. This happens on the left, and this happens on the right. One of the great things that Stacey Abrams did, I give her credit, is she found out how many people were thrown off the rolls, and she partnered with that other bigot, that rich bigot, Bloomberg, to put people back on the rolls. And yeah, that's normally a great thing if you didn't have a motive to do it. But the whole point is Democrats will use this as a way of maintaining power. You Democrats let me know that I was off the rolls. That's the Democrats looking out for me. So they deserve my vote because I wouldn't have been able to vote if they didn't alert me. Bro, we need to have a bipartisan, non-partisan organization to do that job. This is why Joe Biden not giving her the DNC seat, getting rid of Tom Perez and putting her in the DNC chair. Him not doing that is shooting himself in his own foot. And I'm telling you, black women, you sitting up here happy, excited, congratulations and all that. Black girl magic, right? That's great. But if Joe Biden do not make her the head of the DNC, then you need to get in Joe Biden's face. And if Kamala Harris sit there and let him do it, you need to get in her face too. Because this is something that she could have did, that could be done nationwide. Now, I'm not trying to empower you or help you or nothing like that, but it's just the right thing to do. A lady busted up behind using the biggest money to get black people back on the rolls, or people in the rolls in general that was thrown off. Also, they can vote. That's how they won Georgia. And she will probably duplicate that process if they can get enough money from the DNC to do that. But those things should be done outside of party affiliation. And I guess our organization is supposed to do that, but your organization is not a nonpartisan organization. And even if it is, most of these people you're going to be encouraging to vote Democrat. And I would get on the Republicans if they're doing the same thing. I would say most of the people you're going to, no, your job is just to get them back on the rolls, and that's it. Now, I'm almost done. This is what we got a chance to see today, and I think I can bring this image. Let's see. All right, so Kamala Harris went back to the Senate to do a vote. GOP senators congratulate Kamala Harris on becoming vice president-elect on the Senate floor while continuing to deny Biden win in public. Several Republican senators congratulated Vice President-elect Kamala Harris on her victory as President-elect Joe Biden running mate in private remarks on the Senate floor. Several Republicans. Now you probably say, Rob, what's wrong with that? Nothing if these people wasn't trying to undermine her freaking election. These people are smiling in your face, stabbing you in the back, or vice versa, making it seem like they stabbing you in the back, but they really smiling in your face. Maybe all of this is just kayfabe. Maybe this is just all entertainment. That they really are friends where they're fist bumping. You don't fist bump with your enemy. You don't fist bump with your opposition. These people are trying to keep Medicare and Medicaid from people who are suffering from COVID. These people are taking the wealth of the taxpayers and they're giving it to companies instead of back to the taxpayers. And you fist bumping. These people are throwing people off the rolls and not trying to find some way to get people back on the rolls, and you fist bumping them. Let me see if I had the video. But before we go into this, let's listen to what Chris Hayes has to say about this particular situation. All right, let's hear what Chris Hayes got.
That shows just how deep the rot in the Republican Party goes. But before getting to that, and we will in just a moment, take a step back just to sort of survey the last few weeks since the election, right? The most charitable thing someone could say about the bulk of the institutional Republican Party at the national level in the wake of the election that Donald Trump lost is that they're just kind of ignoring and pretending that Donald Trump is not having a total meltdown and attempting to torch American democracy. The nicest thing that can be said about the Mitch McConnells of the world, for instance, is that they are just letting him have his tantrum and hoping it all goes away. That's the best, the very best, most charitable thing you can say about them. But we have evidence tonight that that is not what is happening, that they are actually collaborating with Donald Trump in attempting to overthrow the results of a free and fair election. Because today, Georgia's Republican Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger, told the Washington Post he has come under increasing pressure from Republicans, including Senator Lindsey Graham, to throw away legal ballots. I'll quote, Graham asked whether Raffensperger had the power to toss all mail ballots in counties found to have higher rates of non-matching signatures, Raffensperger said. Raffensperger said he was stunned that Graham appeared to suggest that he find a way to toss legally cast ballots. Absent court intervention, Raffensperger doesn't have the power to do what Graham suggested as counties administer elections in Georgia. It sure looked like he was wanting to go down that road, he said. The Republican Secretary of State in Georgia says that South Carolina Republican Senator Lindsey Graham, the chair of the Senate Judiciary Committee, pressured him to dump legally cast ballots in a state where Donald Trump is losing by a relatively narrow margin. Now, Graham told a Wall Street Journal reporter tonight, quote, that's ridiculous. What I'm trying to find out was, how do you verify signatures from mail-in ballots in these states? I thought it was a good conversation. I'm surprised to hear him characterize it that way. Okay, but what on earth was the senator from South Carolina and the chair of the Judiciary Committee doing talking to a state election official in Georgia amidst a presidential recount? Mark Elias, the lawyer who has been fighting against Republican legal challenges across the country, responded to the story saying, quote, this is both outrageous and should be investigated by the Senate Ethics Committee. Now, as you'll remember...
And I'm going to leave it there because it's exactly right. This should be investigated with the Senate Ethics Committee. They should be calling for Lindsey Graham to step down. They should pull those phone calls so we can listen to those phone calls to find out what was really being said. I do believe in innocent till proven guilty, so we could be misusing this opportunity to crap on Lindsey Graham and Trump and all that. We could. But the only way to find out is do an investigation. They need to investigate this, and they need to pull up these tapes and see if he was encouraging the governor's Secretary of State to find any reason, by any means necessary, a way to get rid of some of these votes. Now, according to him, no, I was just checking into how we're verifying these things. I want to make sure it's legit. But, bro, you don't represent Georgia. Let the Georgia politicians do that. You're a senator. Well, it's the soul of America to stop that. Your job is to represent South Carolina, not Georgia. You can side with the Georgia representative, back him up, but you ain't the one supposed to be making them phone calls, and you're not the one that's supposed to be running your mouth concerning that situation. Georgia should take the lead. Georgia should take the lead. See, folks, Lindsey Graham is a sneaky son of a gun. You can't trust him to shake a leg. He's another racist, politician, bigot, and he do not want to see this country expand for people other than white. Now, a couple of weeks ago, he was scared he was going to lose his seat. And I wasn't a fan of Jamie Harrison. Don't like the guy at all. Politics is trash. But he would have been better than Lindsey Graham. I wouldn't have voted him in, but he still would have been better than Lindsey Graham. If I was in South Carolina, I wouldn't have voted that brother in. You know, I thought about it, came across my mind. That's how much I want Lindsey Graham to go. Because he's a hindrance of progress of all Americans, not just South Carolinians. So in that meeting, now I was going to show you the whole entire video, but in that meeting with the new Congress coming in and going through their orientation and everything, Kamala Harris comes in, he walks by and fist bumps her. She fist bumps back. Now my question is, which one is Kayfabe and which one is really reality? Well, I believe the reality is we're public politicians and our job is to govern for the country, not our constituents. Our job is to govern for our donors and not for our constituents. That's our job. He who gives me the most money, I will go to bat for him. You want to know why he could do that? You want to know why Kamala Harris has done that? You want to know why most politicians done that? Because you never really held their feet to the fire before the election. You needed to burn their feet. Before the election is when you really hold a person accountable. It's really when you hold their feet to the fire. You literally say, look, bruh, you're going to take this fire or we're out. But once they're in power and they got what they want, you know, it's like Dave Chappelle say, why you getting mad at me? I beat you. Is that it, Dave? That's it. That's all you're going to give me tonight, Dave? What are you getting mad at me for? We both were trying to reach a goal. I just beat mine. I got to it before you did. Gotcha? I'm out. You gave these guys their shot. And now they're going to start sleeping on. These people are all in the same game. All in the same game. Let me pull something else up. Fist bumping. I had the video queued up and I can't find it. Fist bumping. This man is out of bounds from South Carolina, talking to the Georgia state secretary, trying to figure out ways to help Trump stay in power. Now I get it, Trump, if it's that close, you know, but Trump is going around talking about all this fraud with no evidence. The evidence that they're trying to use is not evidence of fraud. It's not evidence of rigging the election. Even though the election can get rigged and there can be some evidence, there's certain things that lead to politicians winning the election, and some of them are foul play. But in this situation, you still got too many people that legally and legibly voted and rightfully voted, and still that gave Biden the win. Here's today's USA Today. It said election 2020 live update. Georgia recount results confirm Biden won the state, flipping it for Democrats. See what they don't want? They don't want to lean over into the mail-in ballot. They believe that they can get more energy by getting people up off their butts going to the voting booth and vote. By golly, if we go to this mail-in ballot, we ain't gonna ever win, bro. You'll still be able to win because people going to come to realize that both of y'all in the same game. And we're going to start pushing you to start doing for the American people, because the American people are going to come together and become their own non-political party. In other words, they're going to become organized. We're going to do national strikes. We're going to do all kind of different things to really push back on both of these legislation so you can feel the heat. Not necessarily feeling your feet, holding your feet to the fire, but you will feel some heat on your behind. And folks who sat there and voted for these numbnuts and Bernie Sanders, I'm just going to support my friend Joe without demanding anything. James Clyburn, all you fools who's sitting up here trying to do whatever you can to get somebody elected with nothing in exchange for it. You got people like this fist bumping. Well, here it is. Bottom line is the Georgia recount result confirmed Biden won the state, flipping it for Democrats. So Trump can do all he can. He can do all he wants. There's not going to be an overturning. I know you don't want to hear that, trumpets. Oh, don't ever give up. The fat lady ain't singing, bro. I seen fat ladies singing yesterday. I saw a fat lady in the Bronx singing, eating a Big Mac on the side of the car. Singing, too. She was killing it while eating a Big Mac on the side of the car. So fat lady's been singing for a long time, bro. It's over. Trump is out. Now, predicated this. Now, this is what's going to happen. Mark my words. Trump is not going nowhere. Y'all thinking, the race is going to go. The race is going to be gone. Trump is going to be, we ain't got to deal with. Trump going to be more vigilant. He's going to be more boisterous. He's going to be more louder than ever. He's going to be more on TV than ever. He's going to start his TV network. If he don't run in 2024, he's going to push his son to run. In the next round of election, he's going to be pushing these numbnut QAnons and he's going to be pushing his people into office, and they're going to get some traction. 75 million voted for Trump. You think Trump actually lost his power just because he won't be president? Get out of here. That man is going to be more powerful than ever, because now he have no blanks to give. He ain't got to try to impress you. He can go be back to his belligerent, big mouth self and poke fun at politicians on the right and the left, call them all kind of names, and he's going to push these nutwings into office, and it's just going to make the country more unstable. And I blame not just the Republicans, but I blame the Democrats. And, I don't want to blame the Democratic voters, but if you voted for people without something in exchange for your vote to strengthen your community and this country, then you just basically sold this country for free to purity decay. Kayfabe, man. These politicians act like they're your friends, act like they're fighting for you. I'm fighting for you. If you just elect me, and with the big thumb and all that, I'm going to get out here and fight. I'm Elizabeth Warren, and by golly gee, I'm out here for the fight. We're going to keep on fighting. Fighting the American people. That's what you're going to keep on fighting. Fighting the American people. Like bootlegs in the CBC, you're fighting against your own people. People out here saying no black agenda, no vote, and you want to shame them. No, shame you. Shame on you. Hakeem Jeffrey, all of them, shame on you. Yeah, I know, you're a New Yorker. Yeah, you too. What have you been doing? What kind of demands as a legislator have you been making for your people? Have you taken our demands and given it to the governor? Have you taken our demand and given it to, talked about our issues on the Senate floor with your little time that you get when? No, you go fight on behalf of corporations or on behalf of all people. Your people got more harsh systematic needs, and you could care less. These people they break kayfabe. They break kayfabe. They don't take this resistance outside. Once they get in their car and get to their home, there's no resistance. The next party that pops up, there's no resistance. The next press conference or whatever happen up, there's no resistance. Anytime where there's caviar, cocktails, and old boozy sandwiches, they're not in kayfabe. They're all friends. They're all looking great. They got on their gowns. They got on their pearls and diamonds. They're in the ballroom, and they just smoozing it up. Nancy Pelosi hanging out with Mitch McConnell and his wife. Well, y'all gonna wake up, America. Wake the freak up. Neither of these parties got your best interest. Neither one of these tickets got your best interest. And y'all over here glooming and gleaming and they don't. And their record prove it. Well, we need to stop. We can't stop bringing up people's record. We had people saying, look, stop, who cares about the record? Well, you better care. Would you let your daughter date a man who's a habitual beater of women? And you know it. You look at his record, you pull his record, and you know it. Even if he decided to go get anger management, would you still just flauntingly trust that young man to be with your daughter? No. You're going to call him in the room. You're going to put a gun in his mouth and look here, Negro, if you ever touch my doggone daughter, I'm blowing your head off your shoulder and take me for a joke. Put him up. You got two of them, I'm going to blow both of them off. Play with me, boy. Play with me. Or you just tell him, man, get the hell out of my... Man, if you don't get your behind out of my house, no, you're not nowhere near my daughter. I catch you around my daughter, I'm going to shoot you. These politicians got these horrible records. You wouldn't do that for your daughter or your son or yourself. Why would you expect American people to do that for your favorite politician? Why should we do that? Why should we just forget what they've done in the past? This ain't church. This ain't a personal relationship with these people. I don't want no personal relationship with these people, and these people don't want no personal relationship with none of you. They are not having personal relationship. If that happening to you, they're not coming to see you. They're not going to call you. They're not going to see your car. They're not going to do a doggone thing. Yet you took your behind out there in the hot sun in the long line and voted for that fool who has a record of destroying your community. And you named the fool. Any politician, most all of them in Washington, D.C., from the top to the bottom, from the bottom to the top, is that fool. Now, I've gone too long. I'm Rob Brown with the Rob Report. You need to stop putting your trust in these politicians and stop believing that they're on your side. I don't care if it's AOC. I don't care if it's Bernie Sanders. I don't care if it's the many fools on the right. I don't care who it is. You do not put your trust in no man. I follow you based on what you do. I'm looking at what you do. I've seen what you've done, and I'm double looking at what you do now. No, I'm not joining your cause, and I'm not getting on board because I don't trust you. Show me where you're sold out to your own issues, that you're willing to die on the sword for your own issues, then I'll probably join you. But don't come with this fake revolution crap and, we need to change America, not me, us, and all that kind of bull crap when you're sitting there siding with the enemy of your progress. Because that's just what we got on the right and left, especially when it came to this election. Both tickets were anti your interest. Because you're a punk and you're fearful and scared and got no balls or ovaries, you vote for them. When I said no black agenda, no vote, that don't mean I don't vote. I'm voting for people who got my best interest. I don't know if I had it here. Brother here in the Bronx, man, he's out here pushing legislation to lock these cops up. That brother got my best interest and he got my vote. There's always something on the ticket to vote for. And no, if you got two pathological lying, bigot, racist, rapists on the ticket, you got every right to tell both of them to kiss your behind. Because you don't empower that to run this country. And it's a shame. You don't fear the other guy, but you fear the other guy. You don't fear your guy, but you fear the other guy. When the guy who you don't fear has done more to hurt your people than anybody. Not saying this fool won't do it either, but he already done beat him to it 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Kayfabe, WWE Politicians. Yeah, on TV there's a resistance. But when that door closed and we believe the cameras are not showing, we're going to fist bump y'all into oblivion because we don't care about you. I'm Rob Brown with the Rob Report. I'll let you later. You better stop voting for people that care about you. Not, and it's your own fault. You're not getting